Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. We are in the middle of the week. It is Wednesday evening and this evening we are talking heat and coziness and warmth for the winter. The reason we're doing that is because that is the weather starting to proper turn here now. With Kathleen and I, what we're doing is we're still trying to keep the wood burner off as much as possible. But it's a minimum of 3 days, sometimes every second day and sometimes every day, that we're putting the wood burner on because the house is just getting too cold now. So it depends how it feels basically when we walk in at lunchtime. If it's okay when we come in at lunchtime, then normally we're all right. If by the next lunchtime it's Baltic, then the flames get put on. Obviously, there are various methods we use. As you've heard, if I'm doing the laundry, sometimes I'll use the tumble dryer. That puts heat in the kitchen, so that means that, and it goes through to the sitting room, so that means that my washing gets dried and I'm not putting on the wood burner. If the dehydrator's on in the kitchen, that produces heat as well, which if you're just on the cusp of needing heat or not, that's enough to mean that we don't have to actually light the fire. Again, I have bubble wrap on the windows, bubble side onto the glass. Just spray the glass with some water and put the bubble side onto the glass. It makes a huge difference. The reason I keep saying that is because my back door has a glass panel in the middle. And last year when I walked out my kitchen door heading towards my back door, I could actually feel the cold coming through the glass because I've got blinds on the other two windows. So it can make a huge difference. Next on my list for things to make is the draft excluders, the Sausage Dog draft excluders. Now, whether I use an old pair of leggings or whether I, tie some sleeves of tops together or whatever, we are looking at getting things to keep the draft from howling through the doors. The throws have all been washed. They are for everyone, Kathleen and I. There's two of us. So both beds will have the throws, or both bedrooms will have the throws there, so that once it gets really cold, we're not like trying to find them in a cupboard and go, oh my goodness, I'm so cold. They've been found, they've been washed. They're now sitting in each room ready to go whenever they're needed. We all obviously have the crocheted blankets that I did, so they get used just now. Basically, they go over my legs while I'm sitting on the laptop. So yeah, we've got a lot of various methods of staying warm through the cold weather. Kathleen's got herself teddy bear bedding. I am not so much a big fan. I mean, I love the feel of it. I don't like sleeping in it. So I still have my normal bedding, but I've got a heavier throw than Kathleen. So yeah, various different ways. We've also got clothing wise, we use the layers. So, and it varies because at first you start with your strappy top under your t-shirt or your work top. Then it goes into your long sleeved cotton top. And then once it gets cold, it's your thermal long sleeved top with your cotton top, with your cardigan, with your coat and the scarf and the gloves. I've started wearing gloves now. I started that last year. So yeah, we were quite lucky in that he used to be outside a lot, so he's got some really good coats that we now use. And jumpers, 100% wool, thick, rib knit jumpers. We use them because they're still good. There's one that I used to wear all the time that I think is almost dead now. But no shame to it, it's over 20 years old. What can I say? So yeah, we are prepared. Next on the list is the thermal socks. I did have some of them. Don't know what's happened to them. Socks don't seem to survive. The washing machine eats them, the tumble dryer eats them. I'm presuming the dog eats them at some point, because I certainly thought the cat did. But yeah, thermal socks are definitely part and parcel of this. Scarves, I am a big believer in big thick scarves. I don't like the narrow ones that you wrap around your neck 5 or 6 times or 3 or 4 times. I like the really broad scarves that I can curry into. So yeah, that's another thing. So at the moment, we are just at the stage of, what are we doing to keep warm? Where's the hot water bottles? Because if you remember, a couple of years ago, our local ironmonger had hot water bottles that were like Highland cows and sloths and things. So I bought a few. And I, perchance, didn't have anyone to give them to at Christmas for gifts. So we have them here still. So we know I know where a sloth and a Highland cow is. I'm sure there's still a couple of long ones somewhere. So we're going to go and find them. So yeah, things like that, find the throws, find the hot water bottles, find the hand warmers to go in your pockets, make sure you've got your gloves sorted, etc, etc. That is what we are doing. Basically, because the thought process has started just now. As I say, the blankets, the big throws are already done, but now it's going to be, right, there's blankets for your room, there's blankets for my room. The car baskets are going to be getting upgraded. Just in case, because Kathleen drives a lot for her work, so I want to make sure she's got a good box or basket that's got, scarves, gloves, blankets, chocolate, water, etc, etc. So yeah, that's my plan for this weekend, is to get that done, because I'd much rather get it done now and have it there than be running around when it's minus something going, I'm sure I had this somewhere. I expect it all to be beside me, either beside my chair or beside my bed. That's my thing. So yeah, I'm going to get that organised. So I shall go now and have a cup of tea and make more notes and make more plannings. And I will catch you later.